Alright, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show. We have a lot of NBA news to discuss that I want to talk about, so let's get right into it. So, Nick Wright, he says the worst version of LeBron James is still on the same level as Larry Bird. I have to disagree here with Nick Wright. Has a bad take, as usual. And people look at the stats. 23.4 points per game, 23.8. They average not nearly the same rebounds, but numbers are impressive, but 80's pace was not on the same level as it is today. The context is Bird in a slower paced era and still put up those numbers. And this just isn't true, but Brownsexuals are gonna eat this up anyways. It's just Nick Wright has no clue about basketball. The only people who are saying he's right are LeBron James stands. Statistically, yes, but come on, he's not better than Larry Bird. The worst version of LeBron cost Miami Heat a NBA championship. Remember, choked against J.J. Barea, Jason Terry, and that Mavericks team? Yeah. Nick wrong. And Larry Bird, last time I checked, didn't lose 6 NBA finals. Don't care if LeBron James goes up against the Warriors super team. You gotta be able to win one of them. If you're the GOAT and being able to carry a team, you gotta win a championship. So Rasheed Wallace, he basically ripped Doc Rivers here. He said, quote, "You gotta get somebody in there that the players respect. He doesn't make adjustments. That's just from being in the locker room with him for that one season. He depends more on the players to make those adjustments," end quote. So he basically ripped into Doc Rivers here saying, the players, you gotta get somebody in there that can respect the players. And he doesn't make adjustments. And it's very noticeable during games. He just doesn't make adjustments. And that's from a player that was in the locker room in one season. He depends on the players to make those adjustments during the game. But hopefully your teams are doing the right things here. Trying to bring in new coaches. That 2008 ring he has is the only thing he's hanging by. Probably the most fraudulent coach in NBA history, Mr. Doc Rivers. Probably the most fraudulent coach ever. The only thing he's hanging on is his 2008 championship ring. An NBA insider thinks the Los Angeles Clippers could be a logical landing spot for Chris Paul. So, apparently this NBA insider here, Zach Lowe, he said at the 48-50 mark on his podcast that if Paul is dealt by the Phoenix Suns, he said the Clippers could be the team that acquires him with changes in the league's collective bargaining agreement coming soon. So, in his opinion, he thinks it might be logical for the Los Angeles Clippers to be an option, a landing spot for Chris Paul. I don't know. He should just listen to Dwight Howard and play in Taiwan, to be honest. And we've seen this dance before when he was on the Clippers with that Lob City team. And they didn't win a championship. What makes you think with Chris Paul now at this age with that big a contract, it's not going to work? It's just not going to work. Again, it's not going to work. I don't think. You have Kawhi and PG who are injury prone get hurt. And also CP3. So, he's just washed at this point. He's injury prone. I just don't think the Clippers should do this. So an NBA executive says Anthony Davis was the best prospect he'd seen since LeBron James. Oh, Lakers Daily is a source. Come on, it's Lakers Daily. But this isn't new. People say this every year. Oh, this prospect is the greatest prospect I've seen since this prospect. But literally everybody agrees on this. Finally something sensible. But now they're on the same team with the Lakers. Think about that. Anthony Davis was so good at Kentucky. He was so good. Skip Bayless. Via Undisputed, he said he claims Nikola Jokic is not the best player in the NBA after allowing Joel Embiid to play him in a head-to-head matchup. Quote, "That was the day I threw up my hands and said Joel Embiid is the best player in basketball." I'm going to take the guy that didn't go 5 for 18 in elimination game. Oh, but he outplayed him in a head-to-head matchup. Okay, what about in the playoffs? In my eyes, I've seen Nikola Jokic be putting up triple-double on great efficiency. Embiid, 5 for 18 in the elimination game. More turnovers and assists in that Celtics series. Yeah. The whole world just saw Embiid in the playoffs choke. He choked. Like, scoring, yeah, maybe Embiid with free throws. Rebounding, I'll take Nikola Jokic. Passing, Nikola Jokic. Defense, probably Embiid, but yeah, the Celtics, he got cut. Leadership, I'm taking Jokic. Accountability, Jokic. Durability, Jokic. Organizational skills, Jokic. Like, ability, Jokic. Gravity, Jokic. Joel Embiid just doesn't take that accountability. He went 5 for 18. He's trying to blame his team, the rest of his team. Right. Come on. So, per report, the Cavs are going to target Naz Reid and Mason Plumlee. Mason Plumlee had a really good season with the Los Angeles Clippers after getting traded there. He was pretty underrated. And Naz Reid, he killed the Warriors this year in so many games. But he was a key piece of that team to the Timberwolves until he got until I think he got injured or something. But I guess the Cavs will do anything but get wing help. But the article that was wrote said Strus and Grant Williams possibly, 2 options, and probably some other options as well. But if they got Naz Reid, that would be a W. Back up big, they can be physical and can shoot the ball. And you could also get Dante DiVincenzo. He has a player option can make more, so don't be surprised if he's gone. But Naz could stay a Wolf. We'll see. But this is what the Dallas Mavericks say a team should be doing, trying to go out there and get some good players. Some good role players. So a former NBA player on LeBron James. If he wins this after everything they've been through this season, tell me he's not the best player of all time. And he still isn't. 6 NBA Finals loss. Jordan 6-0 in the finals. No. Like, would it be a good story to go from 2-10, a playing team to make the finals and win it? Yes, but he's still not the GOAT. It's still taking Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rings. Woj talked about Wemby, said, "This is the most highly anticipated player to ever enter the NBA. Maybe the greatest prospect in the history of team sports." Via ESPN, Woj said on Wemby. But I feel like LeBron's hype was way bigger than this, and people didn't even care about this guy till last year. I feel like LeBron was getting hyped up at like 15. But we'll see if he can live up to the hype. We'll just see if he can live up to that hype of LeBron James. The officials for the conference finals have been revealed. Curtis Blair, Tony Brothers, Mark Davis, Tyler Ford, Brian Forte. Scott Foster gets a conference finals. John Goble, David Guthrie, the GOAT, Bill Kenny, the best referee in the NBA. Courtney Kirkland, Eric Lewis, Mark Lindsay, Trey Maddox, Ed Malloy, Rodney Mott, Kevin Scott, Ben Taylor, Josh Tiven, James Williams, and Zach Zarba. Scott Foster just shouldn't be employed as an NBA referee in the playoffs. They're just going to rig this. They're going to rig this series. Teams are keeping an eye on the trade situations of Jalen Duren, Alperen Sengun, Miles Turner, and Wendell Carter Jr. depending on where Victor Wembanyama lands, per Sean Devaney. Sengun. The Rockets really need to think about building around Sengun, possibly. I don't understand the logic of bringing Harden back. Because I know they had the lack of playmaking guards, but Harden's just not it. And in my opinion, they should run the offense through him. I don't like the offense running through him makes Jalen's ceiling even higher. It would make the game easier for Jalen Green. That's what they should do. I think Duren should just stay, to be honest, because Wemby. Because I don't know about Wemby. I just don't know if any of these players will be on the move. I think Jalen Duren will stay with the Pistons. The Rockets should keep him. If they were to let him go, that'd be a big mistake. Wendell Carter, Phil could stay at the Magic because he's been really good for him. So they should keep him. Miles Turner, he signed that massive contract extension, so I think he'll stay. Jimmy Butler said this quote via FLA Sports Buzz. "This year is our year. We're going to go into this game one and do what we were supposed to do and be the first one to 4. That's Jimmy Butler against the world. I believe in playoff Jimmy Butler here against the Boston Celtics. But we'll see. I mean, the Celtics have more depth. I feel like they have the better team, but the Heat are hot right now, going to this conference finals. But Jimmy's got some good confidence. I'm liking that. I'm liking how the Miami Heat have been playing. But the Celtics might win in 6, but don't be surprised if the Heat win this series. Stephen A. Smith calls out, quote, "Sorry Trifling asked Ben Simmons for being scared to play basketball. You treat basketball as somebody asks you to get on the front lines in Ukraine to fight Russia." Whew. Stephen A. is like all narratives. I feel like most of the time. He got back surgery, so he's not allowed to watch playoff basketball until he plays in. Come on, Stephen A. Like, I know I hate Ben Simmons, I trash him, but come on, you're better than that. Like, if you have back surgery, you're not going to even play basketball for a few months. So Malcolm Brogdon on the Heat out-toughing their opponents, quote, "That's not going to happen with us," via by Jay King. Jimmy Butler hearing this right now is like, whew. Jimmy Butler probably rubbing his hands right now. But talk your shit there, Mr. Brogdon. Mike A. Scott, quote, "Quietly, there had been a belief for a while that Mike D'Antoni would be a coaching candidate for the Sixers if Rivers is relieved of his coaching duties while Harden was a Sixer. Kind of weird to tailor to the strengths of Harden when the best player on that team is supposed to be in Joel Embiid. If this happens, I don't see how Embiid would flourish in this scheme, but whatever. But the Sixers have fired Doc Rivers per ESPN, which it was going to happen eventually. He was going to get fired, and it finally happened. He lost the most elimination games in NBA history. I don't think he's going to get a job anytime soon, but now Budenholzer, Rivers, Williams, Nurse, all fired. I think of 4. Quote, Gabe Vince is expected to have, quote, "a significant market around the league this summer." And Jimmy Butler's going to get people paid. But the Heat find them, build them, and the market trades up for him. Like, Vincent has done good. He's been able to accomplish, so this man's going to get a bag. He's a really good three-point shooter. He deserves a bag from some team. The New York Knicks are the favorites to land Russell Westbrook if he leaves the Clippers. Randall and Westbrook would literally break the building. ESPN Zach Lowe and James Harden. "I know the Rockets think he's coming." Quote, "This could be the return of James Harden to the Rockets, but how does he exactly help the Rockets? Maybe playmaking, but he could run the offense through Sengun, like I said. Brown's all-time starting 5, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Shaquille O'Neal, and Hakeem Olajuwon. That's a really good starting 5 right there." The front office member said teams would still give Wembanyama a max contract and a second contract without seeing him play. That's just how good he is. Lengthy defender and shoot the 3 ball, attack the paint. But yeah, it's all. See you next month. Peace.